Are you playing the right music in your strip club? I'm Danny Meyers from Strip Club U, and I'll answer that question and more on this episode of Strip Club U. About 3 years ago, when I started recording strip club-related podcasts, I had this vision. I know this is going to sound a little corny or cliche. However, I really want to leave this industry in a better shape than I found it. I am pretty much a self-taught strip club DJ. When I started in the strip club business many years ago, there were no social media groups. And honestly, I really didn't know any other strip club DJs. I didn't have anyone who I could ask questions of. So, this vision that I speak of is to do whatever I can to help the next generation of my strip club friends. My mission for Strip Club U is to pack a bunch of information into these shows and keep them all as short as possible. What I thought I'd do on today's episode is a little Q&A. Answers a couple of questions that I've received over the last few months. Starting with this question: what is the right and wrong music to play in a strip club? Wow, if only it was that simple. There are so many different opinions and theories out there. There are those who say we should stick to the hits. Some say nothing but classics. Some argue against hip-hop, and others will argue for it. Some say rock music is dead, and there are those that will tell you that strip clubs shouldn't break new music. Some clubs play to the crowd they have, some to the crowd they want, and some clubs play to the entertainers. I'm not going to say that any one way is right or wrong, but I will say that no one format is right for every strip club. I work in a small town of Dayton, Ohio, and I think we have 9 strip clubs to my knowledge. To the best of my knowledge, we all play a little different of a music format, and that is perfect, because no one wants to hear the exact same music every strip club they go to. In my club, we have a lot of regulars who are there, some 4 or 5 nights a week. They don't want to hear the same songs every night, so I try to, one, stay on the cutting edge of new music, as well as play the familiar hits and mix it up as much as I can. But that's not to say that that's what every club should do. Every club needs its own identity. I mean, how boring would it be for our customers if we all played the exact same music? I had the privilege once to go to Dallas, Texas, and if you've ever been to Dallas, Texas, you'll understand what I'm talking about. That city is a prime example of a bunch of clubs that all have their own identities. I am also the chairman for the broadcast committee for Panda, which is Professional Adult Nightclub DJ Association. And with the help of our members every month, we put together the Panda Top 20 chart and show. It's a list of popular tracks that are being played in strip clubs around the country. But I kind of think a big misconception with our charts and a lot of charts is that we're trying to say that every strip club should be playing every song on these charts. I mean, your local hit radio station doesn't play every song on Billboard's top charts. Charts are a tool, not a rule. Some tracks will work in your format and some won't. If you would like to check out the Panda Top 20 chart and show, head over to pandamembers.org. I'll put a link to that in the description box below. Whatever music format you decide is right for your club, you should stay somewhat consistent. Your club should have a brand or identity, so to speak, something that you're known for. All the DJs at your club should be relatively on the same page as far as music goes. I also had a request to do a show on substance abuse, in particular on heroin and how it's affecting our industry. I thought about it, but there is already an incredible podcast available called Rock and Rehab. It's put on by some very good friends of mine. I encourage you to check out rockandrehab.com because they do a much better job than I ever could. It's Tim Rhodes, Michael J., and Gabriel Hot Tub Mangold from Rock and Rehab. They openly discuss their experiences and talk to several people in the strip club industry about how they have dealt with their addiction. I mean, even if you're like me, I've never had addiction problems, but this podcast has helped me to understand what some people that I know are going through, thus giving me some tools to hopefully help them. I'll put a link to Rock and Rehab in the description box below as well. I also just got a question asking me about the best ways to attract new entertainers to your club. And you know what? That is a really, really good question. I just got that question, so let me get my notes together, and I promise to address that on next week's show. So if you haven't already done so, subscribe to Strip Club U YouTube channel now. Now would be a great time to do that. If you have any questions or topics that you would like to see me address on future shows, just drop those in the comments section below. I'm Danny Meyers from Strip Club U, and now let's go make some money.